Hey guys, how's it going? It's Al. It has been a little bit since we talked about the Wolf game, the NFT game on the Ethereum blockchain, an on-chain game that kind of took December by storm. And then there was some exploiting, there were some problems, and they had to kind of shut things down, revamp the way they did things, and then move forward into phase 2. We went over all of that in 2 previous videos. If you have not watched them, go back and check them out to kind of introduce yourself to what the Wolf game is. But now we have a brand new update. We have a new whitelist for what they are calling Alpha Game, what was previously called Interim Game, the place it's gonna be a placeholder to take us from point A to point B until the real game is ready, as this game does aspire to be kind of a Farmville, but on the blockchain moving forward. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. There's an awful lot of wool. The cryptocurrency, the coin that has been made, the tokenization that has taken place for this game, we're going to go over all of it. I'm going to talk to you about my holdings. I'm going to talk to you about what it is. We're going to go over the whitelist, look at the prices for everything, and maybe where you can get in. So sit back, get yourself a nice glass of milk, maybe a beer, whatever, and let's go. I think a good place to start is basically where we're at right now. Taking a look at the current place. Wolfgame.live is this website. It's like one consolidated place that tracks all the prices of all the assets that are on the market that exist in Wolfgame. Currently, the price of wool is at 25 cents and whatever, a little bit else. You can check that out on Dex Tools. There's links to it there. You can add it to your MetaMask if you're looking to trade wool. Wool is going to be very important in terms of this alpha game, this next step, this update. As far as the wolves, the Alpha 8s, the cheapest one is 1,700 Ethereum for a Gen 0. Gen 0s are the ones that were minted. Gen 1s were the ones that you could breed by or remint by using wool. Those are the Gen 1s. There are less Gen 1s than Gen 0s. And a 5 is 12.45 for a Gen 0, 17 for a Gen or for an Alpha 6. 7s are 28. Cheaper for the Gen 1s is the Shepherd, the guy who is in charge of all of this, has said that the Gen 0s will always be more powerful than the Gen 1s. Same thing for the sheep. Floor for the sheep is 1.75 for a Gen 0, just about 1.5 for a Gen 1. The black sheep, there's rumors swirling about the black sheep that they are wolves in sheep's clothing. So like they kind of skyrocketed in the last 24 hours, the price of the black sheep that are on the market. And the survivor sheep, the ones that have like the bloody bite out of the side of them. Those are deemed survivors. They have a trait tag on them. It's very rare. You can see that those are also a little more than double the floor for both the Gen 1s and the Gen 0s. Farmers are at 0.7. Land is at 0.46. Wool pouches, which disperse the wool over the next 4 years. It's kind of a lockup system and a drip to allow you to get your wool, is right there. My personal collection, as far as this stuff goes, here's all my sheep and wools. As you can see, I have 5? There's one behind my head. I got 5 Gen A6s. These are all Gen 0s. 5 A6s, 1 A7. This is my retirement project right here, I suppose. And then I've got all these little sheep, these 9 little sheep that I minted. They're all there. Here's all the wool pouches that came from all my sheep. I sold off my Gen 1 sheep. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I sold too early. Waiting for the land to present itself, the farmers to reveal, and everything else. So full disclosure, you can go to my wallet always and see what I have. It's there on OpenSea. It's not that hard to find. Just Al_Smizzle. So that's all my stuff in this game. So getting that out of the way. I've been in this since mint. We did the video when it was 0.15 for a sheep back in the day. So looking at the tweets that Wolf.game came out with, on the journey through lands of high stakes and rewards, sheep and wolves flock behind their chosen alpha leaders. Those are the A8s. There are very, very few of them. The alpha strategize, attack, fortify in the fierce competition for precious wool. I present to you Alpha Game. And like, this is why this GIF, people are reading way into like Twitter GIFs at this point. People are looking at this. So the Alpha 8 kind of walks around and all the wolves go, woo! They all howl. Look at the black sheep in the back. Why is the black sheep howling? Interesting that he was howling there. So alpha wolves will lead packs of staked wolves and sheep to earn points, win precious wool, share in the spoils. 500 million wool is available for the taking across all packs. So that includes 14 alpha wolves. I think there's what, 8 Gen Zeros and the rest are Gen 1s. They will compete. They have told the people who are the holders of those Alpha 8 sheep that they're going to be the leaders. You can file in underneath whoever you want. So homework's going to have to be done. You're going to have to figure out, are these holders just kind of rich people that have the sheep and aren't really going to play the game and not really interested in doing anything? Or are you going to find somebody who's actually got a lot of assets in the game and is active and wants to play this next segment of the game? Players will earn actions for your pack by staking your wool. So you have to have wool on hand. So as we see on the price of wool, as soon as this announcement came out earlier today, yesterday it was kind of hovering around 19 cents. Before that, it was around 16, 17 cents for a while. And then as soon as this announcement came out earlier today, this whitelist, it shot up to about 25, almost 26 cents now at this point for wool, because people need wool on hand to stake because there's a lot of money possibly at hand. So you got to stake wool, you've got to stake your sheep, you've got to stake your wolves, and you're gonna get, as we see when we go through the whitelist, rewards for doing all of that. Tomorrow I'll release the details. On to today. Time it is to tell who them, read the Alpha Game whitelist here. Bug bounties of up to 50,000 open tonight. So they come out with this whitelist. This is what I really like about the dev team on this game, is that they know that as soon as you come out with something, everybody's going to be little raptors and try and like attack the fences and try and get after it and see what they can exploit. That's how the game got shut down in the first place. So they're asking you, go ahead, try, and if you find something, we're going to pay you money, which is what they did when they migrated the game. They did this bug bounty, and they paid out a few bug bounties where people found something that was exploitable so they could fix it in the code to stop that. So nothing can stop this train is the hope, by rewarding these bug bounties to people who are going to try and test the fences. All these coders are going to out there try and get things done. So looking at the actual white paper, let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger for you guys, so easier for you to read. And yes, I'm just going to read you the white paper. On the journey of the lands high stakes and rewards, wolves and sheep flock behind their chosen alpha leaders. As I said, you're going to have to pick somebody. So like Gary V holds one, Corey has one. There's a lot of like high profile people in the NFT community who have them. By nature, the alphas are far from complacent. With the power of the wolves and sheep traveling by them, blah, 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 blah. The TLDR, this is what you guys are interested in, right? 500 million wool is at stake in Alpha Game. That's a lot. It's a lot of wool at right now a quarter, right? And considering that wool is going to get staked, wool is not going to get sold, people are going to claim the wool that's in their pouches right now and stake that. It's going to become increasingly rare, which could theoretically drive the price up even more. Not financial advice. Do your own research, all that stuff. I'm just reading a white paper to you. Alpha wolves will lead packs of wolves and sheep to win a wool prize and share in the spoils. Okay, we're going to talk about how we get there. Sheep and wolves will pick which pack to join, as I said. Very important for you to kind of group up. And for those of you who don't know, we have a very fantastic and extremely engaged Discord community, and I've walled off a portion of that for holders of the Smizgang HQ coin. It costs 0.05 Ethereum. Right now, that's about $166. There are only 1,000 of these in existence. We just kind of opened them up about a month ago. And whenever they sell out, they sell out. But this is a community of people who are engaged, adult, good conversation. It's not like the Discords that you are in if you are into NFTs that are just crazy and off the walls and people banging everywhere and causing a ruckus. This is a well moderated, highly intelligent Discord that has been growing for like 5 years through Fantasy Sports, and now we have our little wing for NFT collectors. So if you're interested, go look for the Smizgang HQ coin. If you hold it, you go into our Discord, smizzle.tv/Discord. Links for all of that are down below in the pinned comment and in the description. And you can pick yourself up a Smizzle HQ coin and maybe discuss this game at length with a bunch of other Wolf Game enthusiasts and NFT enthusiasts. So getting back to the white paper now, the new white paper, the Alpha Game white paper. So during this game, by staking wool, packs earn actions. So if you stake the sheep and wolves, that's one thing. You get points for that. But you get actions for staking wool. So there's different points and different things awarded for staking the different items, different assets in the game. Attack and fortify. So your Alpha 8 can say we're going to attack. We'll get to what that happens soon. Or you can build fortifications to defend all the points that you've had. The more wool that's staked, the faster the pack earns action. They can be earned multiple times a day. An alpha wolf can opt to stake and lead a pack until a deadline announced by the shepherd. Don't know when the game's going to end yet. It's just going to go for now. Abandoning a pack is not an option for an alpha. They cannot unstake until the end of alpha game. All non-alpha wolves and sheep can opt to stake to join a specific alpha pack during the time, but you could change. If you're like, well, look, my alpha sucks, I'm going to move over to this other pack that seems to be winning. You can do that, and they're going to talk about the penalty for that in just a bit. Here's how the prizes are going to get broken down. The winning alpha sheep, their pack is going to get 20% of that 500 million wool. That's 100 million wool to be divvied up between all the holders. 15% for second, 12, 9, and on down to like 2.5. So even if you just play, you're getting something. Should less than 14 alpha wolves compete, the shepherd will burn the wool prizes that remain. So if only 9 of them play, this other percent, this 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, that gets burned, making the wool more deflationary down the road. The alpha in each pack will receive 5% of their pack's winnings in exchange for their efforts, because they're the leader, so they get the alphas eat first in the wild, and so they also eat first. The remaining 95% of that pack's wool winnings are claimable by the individual wallet addresses proportional to the contributions they made. So the more you give to the team, the more you take out of your team's winnings at the end. Claim amounts. Contributions a player makes to their pack is weighted by 50% by the number of points they earn through staking sheep or wolves, and 50% by the amount and duration of wool that they stake. So for those of you who have been asking me in the replies on the other videos, I missed out. I don't have any wool, I don't have any sheep, and I don't have any wolves. What can I do? If you wanted to take part in this part of the game, that would mean you're going to need wool to do that. So if you have no sheep, you have no wolves, but you want to take part, you can take part in this game by holding wool and then getting involved, or to stake that with somebody else who is an alpha in the game. And as I said, wool right now is somewhat expensive, or at least more expensive than it was before. Here's how the points break down. Okay. Alphas have one way to gather points in their pack. Encourage wolves and sheep to stake into their pack. A wolf or sheep can only be a part of one pack at a time. They can choose to switch at any time. They tell you what happens later. If you have a sheep and you stake it, that gets 50 points daily. If you got an A5 wolf, that's 250. 360 for a 6, 490 for a 7, and the alphas don't contribute points to their staked points. So as I said, I have like one A7. So whatever leader I choose to play under, whether it's Gary V, whether it's Corey, whether it's one of the other distinguished A8 holders that are in the game, they will be getting my 490, and they will be getting whatever amount I choose to stake of my A6s, and then my 9 sheep will bring 450 a day. So the wolves, it is wolf game, it's not sheep game. The wolves are way more important. So courting these multi-wolf holders is going to be something that an alpha 8 who really wants to win should probably do. Y'all know how to reach me. So a pack with 1,000 sheep and 100 omega wolves will earn 1,000 times 50. It just gives you 75,000 points. You switch a sheep or wolf to another pack during the game. You're like, my alpha 8 sucks, I want to move somewhere else. Or unstake at any time. The points you earned for your former pack will remain with them. So if you change teams, you're like, look, I don't want to play for the Yankees, I want to go play for the Dodgers now. The Yankees keep all your points. You don't take the staked points with you and then give them to your new. You got to now earn for that new one. And therefore you will get less of the bounty at the end, because it divvies it up at the end by how much you've earned. So it's better to own 10% of a watermelon than 50% of a grape, if that makes sense. If you switch a sheep or wolf, I already talked about that. Actions, attack, and fortify. So there is an attack and defend part of the game. Talked about staking the wool aside from staking the sheep. So the sheep and wolves earn points. The staked wool itself earns actions for your pack. Attack another pack of their choice. The alphas get to make this decision to reduce that pack's overall points by 3% unless they have fortifications. If you attack and they have fortification, you just knock down one of their fortifications. Or you can choose to fortify to protect against attacks. Fortification is proactive. By fortifying your increment, you increment your fortification. So if you have like 5 things, you can say, we're going to build 4 fortifications. We're going to attack with 1. We're going to attack somebody else with 1, see if we can knock down their forts. If a pack has 0 fortifications and attacks against it will reduce the pack's points by 3%. There is no limit to the amount of fortifications a pack may accumulate. You can just defend, because guess what? Defense wins championships. So example A, if your pack has 1,000,000 points and no fortifications, anytime somebody else attacks you, your pack's points will decrease. You just lose those points that you've built up. If your pack has 1,000,002 fortifications, another pack attacks you, your pack still keeps 100% of those points, but now you have 1 fortification. So defense, way more important than offense. And I think that the Alpha 8s are going to build the defenses up first instead of using to attack. So you got to figure out the right ratio of defend versus attack, considering that there's 14 or 13 other alphas out there maximum that could be playing if you're the alphas out there, if any of them are actually watching this video. Actions are earned when packs stake wool, not sheep, not wolves, but the coin, wool. So you want to attract, if you're an Alpha 8, you want to attract people that have a lot of wool on hand in their wallet. You want to attract people that have a lot of wolves on hand in their wallet, and the higher the alpha, the better. 6s, 7s, better than 5s. To level the playing field, larger packs require more wool turn and action than smaller packs. So they've got kind of a slider on this. So everybody doesn't just run to, whoa, there's 100 people that are staking with this one Alpha 8, and there's 3 with this guy, and everybody just piles on. The smaller pack will actually have a faster way to build up fortifications based on the equation that they have. Staking sheep and wolves, daily pace, this describes all the math. And then they'll end the game when I guess the actual game is ready, when they're ready for the farmers and land and everything, because as I said at the beginning, this game does aspire to be kind of like a Farmville on the blockchain. There's farmers, there is land already in wallets everywhere and already on the market. If you don't have any sheep and wolves, it's much cheaper to get in by just buying wool to play in this interim game, buying wool pouches off the market, buying farmers, and possibly buying a piece of land in the game, and then maybe build up as time goes along. If you're trying to get in with maybe some Gen 1 sheep, that would be your cheapest entry points as of right now. But go check out everything. Read this over 100 times. There's probably something that I missed, but I hope that you guys really enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the notifications bell, and look out for a ton more content in the NFL offseason, just like this right here on Al Smizzle Games. Look out for another video right there.
He's a legend.